Welcome to Lafayette Square. Today I'm going to take you on an adventure through the oldest historical site in St. Louis. This neighborhood is home to one of the best ice cream places in St. Louis, a space for recreation, loads of history, beautiful houses, and you guessed it, more beautiful houses. Let's get started. Lafayette Square is nestled in between Highway 44 and Chouteau Avenue. In this area, the Gateway Cup bike race starts its first day biking around the perimeter of the neighborhood. To get there, merge onto I-270 South for 2 miles. Next, merge onto I-44 East and you will drive for 15.5 miles until Jefferson Avenue, where you will take a left. Once you get to Lafayette Avenue, you will see a row of beautiful houses. Lafayette Square started off as a public feeding ground for cattle when St. Louis was founded by the French in 1764. However, the open fields became an encampment for thieves and criminals. The robbers weren't driven out until St. Louis came under American control in 1803. Lafayette Park was established in 1836 and was named after Revolutionary War General Marquis de Lafayette. The park was the first city park west of the Mississippi. Once the park was designed, the recreation spot became very popular with many wealthy St. Louisans. These citizens began to build French-styled homes surrounding the park, including 3 St. Louis mayors and a judge. The city hospital, which is on the east side of the neighborhood, was built in 1845 due to the cholera epidemic. Alongside the hospital, a power plant was built in 1878 to help power the hospital. Now, the hospital is closed and the power plant has been repurposed. Unfortunately, the neighborhood was devastated by the cyclone in 1869, especially on the south side, destroying many homes. The city hospital and power plant were both hit by the cyclone, and the hospital remains closed to this day, even after attempted reconstruction. The residents of Lafayette Square saw no need to stay in a wrecked neighborhood, so many moved out to the suburbs, joining thousands of other wealthy citizens. This caused Lafayette Square to slowly decline, as reconstruction was never started until some architecture enthusiasts formed the Lafayette Square Restoration Committee and began reconstruction in the 1960s to turn houses like this into the beautiful homes you see today. The first thing we noticed when walking into the park was the George Washington statue on the south side. The statue is one of 6 bronze casts of the original life-size marble statue of George Washington that was made for the rotunda in the Virginia Capitol in 1796. As we continued, we saw a cute little pond, complete with a couple swans. A hop, skip, and a jump away, we found an old music pavilion. This pavilion was built in 1876 to host concerts every week and became the centerpiece of the park because of its ornate structure. Unfortunately, the cyclone destroyed this too and still has yet to be restored. The park also includes a Revolutionary War monument with 3 authentic cannons that date back to the Revolutionary War. The stone explains that these cannons were part of the British ship Actaeon that sunk in the Charleston Harbor in 1776. They were finally bought by the Missouri Commandery of the Military Order of the Loyal Legion in 1897. Last but not least, we have the Benton statue. Harriet Hosmer designed and sculpted the statue, giving her the title of the first female sculptor in America. The statue of Thomas Hart Benton was sculpted to commemorate one of the first 2 senators of Missouri in 1868, making it the first public monument in Missouri. Another important part of the park is the Park House. It was constructed as a police station in 1867, but now it houses the Restoration Committee and is a venue for weddings. After a history lesson, we wanted to take a pause and enjoy the open fields with some frisbee. And luckily, we discovered that a cat was found. Woohoo! Upon further exploration, we came across a playground and saw a beautiful view of the nearby homes called Painted Ladies. One cool building we found was the old Presbyterian church that was built in 1883. Gilded Age Real Estate redid the building to make condos. I totally forgot about that, so me being me, I looked inside the front door and I saw an old man sleeping on the couch. So we ran away. Another cool structure is the United Methodist Church. This church was built in 1883 after testing out some other locations on Chouteau Avenue before landing on Lafayette Avenue. The church went through reconstruction after the tornado, but still very much resembles the building before restoration. It holds a pipe organ which was built in 1901 and currently sits in the front of the church. This building here used to be the Park Avenue Bed and Breakfast, where guests can spend their time relishing in historical architecture. Now it's a residential home. And down every street of Lafayette Square is a surprise waiting to be discovered. As we walk down Park Avenue, we pass by many shops including Park Avenue Coffee, which has one of the best gooey butter cakes in St. Louis. There are a variety of small businesses like the Splitter Bar. So many of these mom and pop shops add to the uniqueness of this neighborhood. Park Avenue is lined with many shops that residents can easily access. And just across the street in the plaza sat a 250th anniversary cake. One notable bar is the award-winning Planters Restaurant, which sits right off of Chouteau Avenue. The restaurant is named after the lavish Planters Hotel that was built in 1817 and used by wealthy travelers until 1922. It still remains just north of the old courthouse, but is frozen in time due to vacancy. Most importantly, we made it to Clementine's Naughty and Nice Creamery. The ice cream place is voted a top creamery in St. Louis and provides alcoholic and non-alcoholic flavors. Like a good child, I chose the non-alcoholic dark chocolate. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Just down the street, we found the power plant. It no longer produces energy, but has been renovated to house the Climb So Ill rock climbing facility. Close by used to be 2 anniversary cakes, both being awarded to Ameren, formerly known as Union Electric Company, for powering the 1904 World's Fair. On our way back to our car, we found the community garden. The garden was made to promote community ties and healthy eating. If you pick, you plant. And we were especially happy to find some words of affirmation. Just before leaving the city, we had to take a look at the Ripple Row houses on South 12th Street in Soulard because they resemble many of the houses in Lafayette Square. Each window is painted a different color, giving the building a fun look. And with that, our adventure was over. Hopefully we can visit the beautiful neighborhood again. Thanks for watching!